Good morning. Thanks for joining us 6 o'clock on this Tuesday, December 27th. We appreciate you waking up with us here this morning. We're looking at not a bad week in the weather department, at least by my book. We got a big warm up on the way. Would you call it a big warm up, Guy? I mean, compared to where we've been.
Oh, yes. I would call it, I would even say an extreme warm up, because you got temperatures tomorrow climbing to 37 above zero. And then a week ago, I mean, wind chills were close to 37 below. So that's progress. I'm satisfied, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, I would say temperatures right now double digits. Moments ago, we were sitting around 8 degrees. It feels like -4. Winds are slowly increasing southeast 10 miles per hour right now. We could see winds up to 15 miles per hour, sustain some occasional gusts up to 25 miles per hour. So outlying areas could see some blowing snow. 28. Not as bitter cold today, so enjoy the slight warm-ups. Wind chill still playing a factor. Tonight, you'll really feel it too. We'll be waking up to temperatures pretty mild come tomorrow morning, so that will be nice to wake up to some mild air. And temperatures tomorrow afternoon climbing to right around 37. So I'll let you know when our next weather maker rolls in, which could slow some things down coming up here shortly. Jen.
All right, thank you, Guy. Heat wave, I guess, on the way. Minnesota heat wave. Taking a look at the metro, we had a couple stalls earlier. They have cleared, just the one we're looking at on 394 westbound, the exit to 100. Nothing on that map, though, that's going to cause you any major delays. So a good morning commute, if you have one, on this Tuesday morning. Well, now to our top story. After days of travel headaches due to extreme winter weather across the country, Southwest Airlines still struggling to get passengers back home. The airline just announced it will start operating at 1/3 of its schedule for the next few days. Taking a look at the departures board right now at MSP, there are still quite a few cancellations and delays. So right now, there are 32 cancellations and 14 delays. We're going to head out now to Cece Gaines. She's live for us at MSP with more on why this is happening and what's being done about it. Hi, Cece.
Hey, Jen. Yeah, good morning. This whole situation kind of chaotic here this morning. Nationwide, Southwest canceling more than 2,500 of its flights just for today. Here at MSP, we've had the opportunity to talk to a couple of passengers who expected to fly out this morning and couldn't. Right now, a lot of them are in line trying to get some type of travel voucher. One person we spoke to, though, says that she decided to book at another airline and that cost her $800. So she's flying out tomorrow, but just a lot of moving parts here. But with a lot of stranded travelers, the U.S. Department of Transportation is now stepping in to try to figure out what is going on. Late last night, the DOT said the cancellations are, quote, unacceptable. They also said they would closely examine whether cancellations were in the airline's control and whether Southwest is complying with its customer service plan. Now, Southwest spokesperson said the winter storm is to blame for the thousands of flight cancellations. And right now they're dealing with flight crews and airplanes that are out of place and not in the cities that they need to be in to continue to run operations. The airline did issue an apology last night and said they'll do everything they can to make this right, including help with hotels and rental cars. For passengers who have already left, Southwest says to keep your receipts so they can take care of you, but many passengers are now regretting booking with Southwest.
Looking at the other airlines and you don't see these lines, you don't see craziness, so there's something wrong with Southwest.
Now, Southwest is saying if your flight was canceled that you can either get a full refund or get a flight voucher that does not expire. Jen?
Lots of questions for Southwest this morning, that's for sure. Thank you, Cece. Well, that is not the only issue airports across the country are dealing with. They're also taking on Mother Nature. Buffalo Niagara International says it is staying closed today. Of course, they're seeing a major blizzard there. And Pittsburgh's airport is sending that airport in Buffalo snow equipment to help.
We've been hit with a blizzard, none that the likes of Buffalo has seen, with those high winds and snow amounts.
Yeah, it's snowing again in that area of New York today, more snow that they do not need. The National Weather Service is issuing several winter storm warnings. Well, we're going to stay on Buffalo for just a minute because there's a lot of snow on the ground there right now. I'm sure you've heard. Here's our sister station in Buffalo. Dave McKinley is the reporter there. He has the latest.
I'm Dave McKinley in Buffalo, New York, where the blizzard has subsided, but the snow continues to fall, making it harder for these snow-clogged streets to be cleared. Abandoned cars, thousands of them throughout western New York. We're also hearing increasing reports of looting, and the death toll has now exceeded 24.
Well, we have put together a list of information to track flight delays and road conditions, as well as the KARE 11 forecast. All you have to do is text the number 763-797-7215, and we will send you a link just right there to your phone. But remember, text it. It's a text-only number, so please don't call. Well, in just a few hours, police are expected to bring charges against the suspects in Friday's deadly shooting at the Mall of America. 19-year-old Jonte Hudson was killed inside Nordstrom after police say a fight broke out between two groups. Eva is live in the newsroom right now with more.
Hi, Jen. Police charged 5 people, 3 17-year-olds and 2 18-year-olds. Among them, the 18-year-old police believe shot and killed Hudson. All 5 are currently in jail, and police say today they'll be charged with second-degree murder. In a press conference Saturday, the Bloomington police chief said once they're charged, the 2 adults will be identified, and added they still may arrest more people depending on how the investigation plays out. Right now, he says the 5 suspects are not cooperating. Some of them didn't even admit their names to police. He made sure to let people know if anyone helped the shooters in any way, they'll face consequences too.
Anybody helps them, we're going to lock you up. So we're still working this, and if you help them, so help me God, we are going to lock you up.
This was the first shooting death in the mall's history. Coming up, we're learning more about what the suspects did directly after the shooting and how that factors into the investigation.
All right, more to come on this today. Thank you, Eva. The Stillwater community is holding a local family close this morning after a young man was found dead after going missing over the holiday weekend. George Musser, a 20-year-old college student, never made it home from a bar in Stillwater early Saturday morning. His family and friends spent Christmas looking for him. Hundreds of people came together last night to pay tribute to George and celebrate his life.
There was a big hole this holiday without having George at the table. He hugged everybody, told them he loved them.
A GoFundMe set up to help the family with funeral expenses. This morning, it's raised nearly $45,000. Police are investigating, but they do say George's death is not suspicious. A community activist group is demanding that Minneapolis officials stop homeless encampment evictions during this dangerous cold stretch. Communities United Against Police Brutality will be meeting at 1 o'clock today to speak out against the recent evictions. In a release, the group called the move heartless. They say limited shelter space and sub-zero temperatures make the evictions life-threatening for unhoused people. The Twin Cities Salvation Army says it needs the community's help to make up for a nearly $2 million deficit in its fundraising goal. Leaders say donations are down a full 16% compared to last year, meaning the local chapter needs $1.8 million to reach its holiday goal. 60% of the nonprofit's budget is raised in these final 3 months of the year. Nationally, the Salvation Army is seeing a 30% increase in demand for services. They say that's due to inflation and the end of federal pandemic support programs.
It's so critical because this has helped the people right here in our own backyard. And it's been a hard year for a lot of people. So if you're able to give, we really appreciate you.
And they really appreciate those donations right now. That's because gifts made now through the end of the month will be matched up to $1 million. So to learn more, all you have to do, go to our website, KARE11.com. This morning, people are getting ready to celebrate the second day of Kwanzaa. The holiday is the time to honor family, community, and culture for African Americans. If you're looking for a way to celebrate today, head over to Midtown Global Market. Today's festivities there include food, singing, storytelling, and African dance. Each day of Kwanzaa represents one of 7 core principles. Today's is self-determination.
Kujichagulia, and it means self-determination. These are principles that people, no matter where their culture is, believe in these principles.
So other principles include creativity, unity, responsibility, and faith. Kwanzaa was first observed in 1966. It means first fruits in Swahili. The celebration at the Midtown Global Market is free, and it starts today at noon. Turning back to the weather. So it's still cold, but relatively it is a lot warmer. I mean, 8 degrees. Sounds good to me, Guy. We were talking like, Billy and I were walking outside yesterday to go into a restaurant. We're like, it feels balmy. It was 10 degrees.
Was 10
I kid
degrees.
you not.
You guys were like, oh, okay. Yeah, you know what, Jen? It's funny you said that because, you know, obviously I was in the house all weekend for my Christmas holiday. I was in the house, but I was out here in the yard bringing you your forecast last week. It was so cold, and this morning, this 10 degrees feels so good. I mean, I know I still have my thick coat on. It feels like -4 on the skin, so that's why. But getting out of the car, I don't have my long socks. It doesn't feel too bad. It's so funny what just a little bit can do here. Southeast winds at 10 miles per hour, and the warm up continues too. So if you're still like, I don't know, Guy, 10 degrees, 4 below wind chill, that's still kind of cold. You're right, still is, but I have some warmer air on the way if you're a fan. Later on this afternoon, feeling like 17 on the skin with temperatures climbing to the upper 20s later on, and you could see some occasional gusts of up to around 25 miles per hour today. Stronger gusts possible south of the Minnesota River. Tomorrow morning, feeling like the 20s waking up. So that is going to feel pretty good. Winds not as breezy tomorrow, so that's a plus. Wind chills maybe not dropping as low as we're seeing those wind chills for now. So if you still think 28 is a little too chilly for you, 37, that's the best I can do for you. So hopefully you're gonna have to just take that. Even warmer come tomorrow. Temperatures right around 36. Now we're talking about rain and snow possible for Thursday. Could slow some things down for Friday morning, so we'll keep our eyes on that. My 7-day forecast is coming up. Warm up begins today, but breezy and gusty. Several days above freezing on the way, and a mixed precip chances arrive late week and even early into next week. That's coming up here in about 10 minutes.
Look forward to that. Thank you, Guy. Well, tonight, Lady Luck could be on several people's side, making them multi-millionaires. After the break, how much the Mega Millions jackpot is sitting at this morning. Plus, this morning, we're helping you keep your home warm. At 6:15, just a few minutes, the tips you might think are myth that could actually keep you cozy.
Not too bad out there.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
You're back in.
Back in.
Back
Get some
in.
coffee. That's what I'm gonna do.